What's up guys, my name is Tyler, aka Record Man. The Record Man. Welcome back to another YouTube video on the CDC YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since my last pick'ems. I don't know if I'm gonna continue with this or what, but we're just going with the flow now. So, our first matchup for today on Cobalion Week 6. Our first game right here is Zomb versus Feathers. Feathers has the Ogre Palm Heartflame, Gliscor, King Gambit is Cyclizar, Poltergeist, Rotom Wash, Gardevoir, Cloyster, Zapdos, Galera, and Muck. While Zom has Zamazenta, Crowned, Manaphy, Clefable, Garchomp, Gengar, Weavile, Colossal, Cragnole, Tauros, and Lurantis. At my first glance of this matchup, I noticed that Zom has two Pokemon that outspeed Feathers' entire team, which means that this whole time, Feathers is going to have to speed his team up in some possible way. Maybe with a Scarf, Gardevoir, or Thunder Wave on Rotom Wash. I don't believe anything here gets Sticky Webs on Feathers' side, so yeah, if they want to make sure that they're faster than the entire team, they'll have to do something like a Scarf or a Shell Smash on the Poltergeist. Just forces extra stuff to come. Good to have priority on the King Gambit though, so that's a good thing they have in their back pocket. Also, I noticed that Weavile does a great here. An Ice type move, a Dark type move, and Low Kick. Looks like it could just win the entire game by itself. Lurantis also looks like it has a good matchup with Leaf Storm plus Contrary, or even a Superpower. They could bring up both a Leaf Storm and a Superpower, and that could be a good combination here. Although Muck and Zapdos, a Galera, could be good resist to counteract that. Ogre Palm Heartflame looks to have a very good matchup with the Grass, Fire, and Fairy coverage. My prediction with this game would probably be that Zom wins. However, Feathers could definitely prove me wrong with good prep and some smart plays during the game. So good luck to both players, and we'll get to the next game. So next up we have Fungus versus DMBs. You can see Fungus's team on the left and DMB's team on the right. Fungus has a Urshifu Single Strike, Skeldridge, Glamora, Amoonguss, Rabombe, Bronzong, Noivern with Terra, Slowbro, Electrode with Terra, Fion, and Sandslash. While DMB has Palafin, Meowscarada, Donphan, Annihilate, Kilowattrel with Terra, Arcanine regular version, Goodra with Terra, Alola Ninetales, Skuntank, and a Hatterene. Someone I see at the beginning of this game is the Urshifu Single Strike, which could be good here to go through Intimidate from Arcanine, and the Aurora Veil that could be set up from Alola Ninetales. Also the Reflect and Light Screen from Hatterene, which I think Hatterene might be a bit unlikely to come, but still could be good here, so it is something to mention. I predict that Skuntank will come to this game as a grounded poison type, good against the Glamora here, but also generally it has a good type matchup in this game, being super effective with its stab dubbings against Rabombe, Bronzong, Slowbro, and Scaldidurge. Noivern has a very good matchup as usual, with Terra Steel against Alola Ninetales being very good. I don't see a great counter to Draco Meteor, Hurricane, and Terra Blast Steel. That thing is gonna rip this team a new one. Annihilate looks to have a good matchup with Rage Fist and Drain Punch. Fungus has very low counters to it, and I think the main one is Amoonguss, which probably doesn't want to run into a Rest Sleep Talk set, which makes its Toxic and Spore basically useless. DMB's only hazard mover in this game is the Donphan, which is probably not great since it's just a Rapid Spinner, and they have a Ghost type in Skeldridge. Although Skeldridge won't want to switch into the Donphan that often because Donphan could predict it with an Earthquake or a knockoff at any time. My prediction for this game is that Fungus wins, although I do think it will be a close battle. I just think some Pokemon over here, like Unaware Skeldridge, stopping maybe a Bulk Up Annihilate, or Urshifu looks super good here. Maybe a Choice Scarf is coming this game. Not very sure, but I know that it could do very well here. Rabombe Sticky Web is always good there to support against a Meowscarada. Also the Noivern with Terra Steel just looks insane here. Let's move on to the next game. Our next game is Salad Geyser versus Enhydra. Salad Geyser's team of Dragapult, Iron Valiant, Corviknight, Rillaboom, Arcanine, Hisuian, Fortress, Cramorant with Terra, Sandaconda with Terra, Lycanroc, Flapple, and Houndoom with Terra versus Enhydra's team of Slowking, Galera, Talonflame, Enamorous, Komomo, Ogerpon, Regieleki, Yamega with with Terra, Bellybolt with Terra, and Piloswine with Terra. Last Pokemon is Empoleon, but we don't talk about that, man. My first look at this team, I was like, Piloswine, Swine Baby goes in. It's super effective against 7 of the opponent's Pokemon, weak to its stab, and with the potential of Terra Fairy, it could even be a counter to Iron Valiant. Corviknight and Cramorant are the best counters to it, so I could definitely see both of them coming. Now over on Salad sides, I think Lycanroc Midday looks really good here to bring, as 2 Pokemon are 4 times weak to it, the rock type, and another is regularly weak to it 2 times. But it can also run Drill Run for the likes of Bellybolt and Regieleki and Slowking Galera. I think Corviknight really wants to come to this game to wall Slowking Galera, Enamorus, and Komomo. However, it doesn't like Talonflame, Regieleki, and Bellybolt, so it's kind of 50-50 chance. It's kind of a double-edged sword, yeah. This looks like the kind of game that Arcanine Hisui can just go on a rampage. Although I do think Komomo might be coming especially for that Hisui and Arcanine, making sure it can't go on that rampage. Possibly even a Rocky Helmet Komomo to try to stop that. I think this will be a very close game. However, I do think that Hydra could pick up this win just purely based on the ability of the Swine Baby. Piloswine is gonna go ham here, and I think it's gonna come in clutch and pick up the win. Next up, we have Shoot Your Shot versus Sandon. Shoot Your Shot's team with Chi-Yu, Walking Wake, Screamtail, Great Tusk, Torkoal, Venomoth, Earthworm, Rotom Heat, Brute Bonnet, and Knucklestack. Terras are Venomoth and Brute Bonnet and Knucklestack. I said and twice. And then on the other side, we have Sandons with Spectra, Ursaluna Bloodmove, Sleezler, Electrodesilian, Heatran, Avalugg, Umbreon, Vaporeon, Spidops, Klefki, and Dunsparce. The Terra captains here is Electrode, Hisuian, Avalugg, and Dunsparce. My first glance at this matchup, I think Great Tusk goes absolutely crazy here, and I think that Sandon's gonna have to put some big prep into that. Maybe doing a Magnet Rise Klefki or a Ear Balloon Sneasler. Sandon's team does unfortunately have 4 Pokemon weak to fire, which is not great against the Sun team, obviously. However, he does have a Heatran with Flash Fire, so that could be a good switch in into most of these fire type Pokemon. And also it does get Solar Beam, so if it finds itself in front of Great Tusk somehow, or predicting a switch out to Great Tusk, that could be some good tech. Imagine he does Choice Scarf Heatran with Solar Beam. That would be some excellent tech. Sandon, please do that. I think Hisuian Electrode will come, and I would heavily suggest it. Even though it is weak to fire, you do have Terra Fire on it, so you could take advantage of that. Also, the ability to have Volt Switch and get momentum during this game could be pretty good. I'd also suggest heavily to bring in the Vaporeon, mostly special defensive, with Rain Dance. Being a water absorb Pokemon with the water type against the Sun team with a Walking Wake is very good, and I think they have the ability to, with their other Pokemon, to bulk up Brute Bonnet, which would be the main counter to said Vaporeon set. I'm gonna take the underrated pick in this and say that Sandon's gonna win this. He just needs a good game plan, play smart during it, play how he usually does, and before he started losing in leagues, and play how you do in OU, and you'll be good. On the flip side though, I think that Shoot Your Shot has a very big advantage here and will be in the front foot for most of this game. Although Sandon has very much possibilities of still coming in and winning this with some high ticky tick. So let's move on to the next game. Next up, we have the matchup between Jack-O-Lantern and Stand-Man. I should have said it the opposite way, but we're going with it. Stand-Man is on the left and Jack-O-Lantern's team is on the right. Stand-Man has Darkrai, Landorus, Incarnates, Galarian, Slowbro, Sylveon, Quackable, Appleton, Ceruledge, Lycanroc, Dusk, Alolan Sandslash, Electros, and Knockdown. The Terra captains being the Galarian, Slowbro, and the Appleton, and also the Alolan Sandslash. We'll talk about that. While the Jack-O-Lantern's Terra captains are the Regidrago and the Sinistcha, but I forgot to say all their Pokemon, so we're gonna run that back. Chimpao, Iron Tread, Zapdos, Alomomola, Regidrago, Carkle, Cinderace, Fezandipity, and Sinistcha. Well, also the Cricketune. I always say and then have to say another Pokemon weird like that. First glance at Jack's biggest weaknesses are ground, water, and rock. and it's likely that Stan will bring those types of Pokemon and Landorus, Quackable, and Lycanroc Dusk. Those are going to be hard for Jack to counter, but I think he could with Sinistcha and Alola Mola being pretty good counters to those Pokemon that I said before. I think Slowbro Galera is going to do the same thing as Slowking Galera did in the Hydra versus Jack game, where it just kept applying pressure. No Pokemon was able to break it. The coverage Slowbro Galarian is insane, plus the chance to poison from Sludge Bomb, plus even Regenerator adding onto that is going to be very tough for Jack-O-Lantern to handle. I think Iron Shreds is going to be a good bring here. I'd suggest Earthquake, Iron Head, Volt Switch, and Ice Spinner. It looks very good, although Electros could be a good counter to that set. I think both teams are going to play defensively, although if they did both go offensively, it could be over quickly with Darkrai and Champao each having the ability to sweep the other team with both a Nasty Plot and Swords Dance respectively at the right time. Could be over. My prediction for this game is that Jack-O-Lantern wins. Let's go over to the next game. And the last and final matchup of this week's Pick'ems is that one guy versus Prince of the Underworld. I think it's just Prince of Underworld. That one guy's team is Baxcalibur, Golden Ghost, Slowking, Chandelure with Terra, Okidoki, Iron Jugulis, Florges, Abomasnow with Terra, Gligar, Masquerain, and Beartick with Terra. And their opponent is Prince of Underworld with Roaring Moon, Cleaver with Terra, Sandy Shocks, Pingaton, Iron Bundle, Weezingalair, Scyther with Terra, Ninetales, Gastrodon, and Bramblegast. We just had a mini earthquake here in New Zealand, ladies and gentlemen. My first glance of this matchup, obviously noticing the weather rule between snow and sun. I believe that Ninetales should 100% come on the side of Prince of Underworld. It's super effective against 4 of that one guy's Pokemon and 4 times super effective against one of them. Baxcalibur, I believe, is a good counter to Iron Bundle if Prince of the Underworld decides to bring it for the snow defense boost. I think Cleaver is coming. That one guy's team is very weak to Rock type overall, and Stealth Rocks will hurt a lot against the likes of Chandelure, Abomasnow, Masquerain, and Beartick, and even Baxcalibur as well. Doesn't want to switch in much on those Stealth Rocks, so this team's going to be very hurting down there. Forgot even about the Iron Jugulis. Yeah, this team don't like rocks. I think that one guy's strategy should be staying alive and chipping down with Slowking, Regenerator, Wish from Florida's, having Stealth Rocks up from the Gligar, and then going in late game with like a Chilly Reception, Slowking into Baxcalibur, trying to look for the sweep with a Dragon Dance or the Swords Dance. I think it'll be a rough game if Prince of the Underworld wants to win. I think you gotta expect the unexpected when you have a bad matchup like that one guy does here. You normally gotta pull something out of your ass and something that's surprising. So if I was Prince of Underworld, I'd try to expect the unexpected. Don't expect anything that's regular. But overall, I would give my prediction to Prince of the Underworld. I think they just have an overall better matchup here. And I'm not sure what the surprising thing that one guy will try to pull out here. And I think if he doesn't pull off something surprising, that it's a clear loss. Just the matchup is terrible. So hope you guys enjoyed the pick'ems for this week, and if you did, make sure to smash that like button. Leave me your own predictions in the comment section down below or in the Cobalion division general chat. I'm always looking out for the support, and if we get enough likes on this video, I'll keep posting more because this editing is taking so long. You guys don't understand. I've been recording these audio by audio. There's no visual for me right now. Like, I'm doing all this like recording on Adobe and on voice recording stuff. It's very weird, and I had to like post notes about what I wanted to say and stuff, and I don't have a co-host here, so it's very weird. And I was doing this in the morning. So I really hope you enjoyed it. You guys were asking for it to come back, so I just decided to come back with it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my editing and the video, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.